Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. A little bit of money coming back into the market today. And we're going to talk about some flare news we got for you. An XRP relist, potentially. May need your help on that one. SEC of India is showing a little more adaptability over what the U.S. is. We'll get into what it is. And the XRP price and maybe some new reasons for mooning. Crypto lobbyists face a setback with the House to block the recent tax rule changes. We'll talk about it. And we have something for you to see that I believe will help to calm all our nerves when it comes to Congress, legislation, crypto, and regulators. And somebody roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. And make sure you follow us at Digital Perspectives, no spaces, on TikTok. You better believe it. Right now, 2.092 trillion for the cryptocurrency market cap. We're up 1%, but guess what? We were at 2.02421, something like that this morning. So we have seen about 60 some billion move back into the market in the last 5 or 6 hours here. Now that to me is exciting, and the market is starting to pick up a little bit as well. So we see right now Bitcoin 48,000 plus, Ethereum 3,200 plus, Cardano back at 278. Remember, we were at 266 this morning. So it's moving quite a bit today. Now we see XRP sitting at 117, actually holding its position pretty strongly. Let's take a look at the range right now. So the range of the price right now is $1.16, and the bottom of the XRP price is 111. The top of the price is at 118. Remember, we know 109 can be a big support level for XRP. If we break through that and roll over and continue to go lower in price, we could see a deep rollback all the way to support line at about 90 to higher 80s, 80 some cent range. So 88, 91 cents, somewhere in that area. Don't be afraid if you see it, not financial advice, but these are the things that I want to be aware of, because they say if we roll that deep going back into test support, that may mean a bigger slingshot for price when it finally does go up. Okay, now looking here at the news, this is Flare Network. Shout out to Hugo and the team here. We are trying to reach the following exchanges to make sure they are properly set up for the Songbird Flare distribution before it happens. Please contact Flare ASAP. It says here, they're really trying to get this figured out, right? Who's going to participate and who's not. And I have to say, I don't know what's going on here, but I know that as I understand it, if some of these exchanges will receive this stuff, and if they don't choose to participate, I guess they keep it. I'm not really sure what goes on there. Maybe this, certainly hope not. Maybe this resorts to Flare creating their own site for us to just go to individually and get what we need directly from the site. I don't know, but I certainly hope that the exchanges respond in kind here. Now, this is just a little something I got to shout out, because Digital Asset Investor has been leading the charge, and I certainly have been trying to support it, retweet it, show it on the channel when it happens, but just powerful little videos he's been putting out that show damning words and reflective comments from people at the SEC. And of latest, it's been Robert Jackson. And I have to say, Jeremy Hogan here nails it. He says, if I was litigating the Ripple case, I'd hire Digital Asset Investor to do litigating research for me. I don't know where he finds these clips, but here we have an SEC commissioner stating to third parties that Hinman's speech provided guidance to the markets. That's exactly what you're about to see here. And this is it. Listen to this short clip.
Of corporation finance, Bill Hinman gave a speech about a year and a half ago that describes this. You might know the speech I have in mind. That's it. So the question is, where do we draw that line? And the how we test and the guidance we put out in this area has informed that difference. Now, one more thing. You mentioned cryptocurrency. What's important about that is to realize that the way that cryptocurrency works when it is, and this is what Bill Hinman's speech says, so I'm not adding too much, depends fundamentally on how centralized or decentralized the underlying network is that supports that currency. And that's also true in the ICO context. Bill has said a lot about that, about ways that practitioners can look in that area and get a sense for whether or not we should think of that as a security. And I point people to that speech. Do you think we've been clear enough about that? Yeah.
Yeah, the answer is no. And it's true. And they point to that speech for guidance. I have to say, it is such damning stuff here that, I mean, I can't even see how, if the judge lays her eyes and ears on a piece of video like DAI has put together here, how this case could even continue, to be perfectly honest. That's how damning this information is. There's no question it is completely compelling to end this case. There's no doubt about it. I'm 12 years short of a law degree, but it really doesn't take a lawyer to see how damning all of that is. Now, looking right here, this is from XRP Rose. Shout out to XRP Rose. Femix is relisting XRP and adding 8 additional digital currencies. Now, the only problem I had with this article, and I'm going to need all of your help here, I did look at the some information. I'm not sure what to make of this, but if you guys can either confirm or deny for us all here whether they are in fact relisting, because when I went to this article, this is what happens. It takes you to this article, and then when you go to actually click on the article, it goes away, right? So I'm not sure if it's a glitch or if it's just some kind of weird site. So I'm going to ask for help on that one, but I would love to see XRP relisted everywhere. Now, this is interesting because this comes from James Rule XRP here. Securities and Exchange Board of India. Now, if anybody's been in this space for any length of time, we all know that India's been watching a bad tennis match. And that is absolutely true. And I have to say, SEBI asked depositories to use distributed ledger technology to monitor security creation. Now, this is going to provide, obviously, an immutable ledger, providable or verifiable information that can always be back-checked against the way they currently do it. And I love seeing this. I mean, wouldn't we love seeing the SEC ask NASDAQ and the NYSE to start logging everything in parallel with the current conventional methods they use now onto a blockchain or distributed ledger technology? Come on, that would be incredible. I don't think we're that far from it, to be honest with you. I really don't. Remember, we are dealing with infrastructure bills, and we did have a real pointed attack that was made on GameStop by retail investors, which was really using the same method that the greediest, largest banks in the world normally do, but they find the fact that we did it to be really unacceptable. Looking here is more reasons to moon as Ripple proposes smart contracts capabilities for XRP Ledger. Now, we've known this for a few weeks now, but I wanted to remind people that this is how fast this space moves. We got to go back and remind ourselves that, before now, we knew that the XRP Ledger could do smart contracts, but now it's being offered, and it's going to give developers an opportunity to do exactly that with side chains off of the XRP Ledger. And this is going to be very exciting, I think. It's really going to help for rapid growth in decentralized finance, and there's so much other stuff that's going on here. Federator software named Federator is going to serve as a bridge between sidechain and the XRP ledger. The concept would allow each sidechain to have its own ledger and transactions, as well as a federation system that allows XRP and sidechains issue tokens, BTC, fiat, CBDCs to move from one sidechain to another. Interoperability, baby. And, all of this, I believe, starts and stops right here. And it's with the legislation that's needed. And obviously there has been issues, right? The language in the Senate that is in the U.S. crypto infrastructure bill is not good for the definition of a dealer broker, and they couldn't get the amendment done. And now that language is in the bill and it's at the House, and they're having trouble there. Crypto industry groups are now considering other legislative vehicles to revise the policy after being blindsided by its inclusion in the infrastructure bill. Crypto lobbyists face defeat, and I'd say a setback, right? As the House is set to block tax rule changes. We go into this just a bit here, and you will see they talked to Michelle Bond, formerly of Ripple, and she agrees that something has to be done here. And it says here, the industry's biggest test will lie in efforts to forge positive relationships in Washington, Michelle Bond said. Representative Anna Esho, however you say her name, one of the Democrats who had pushed for the changes to the crypto bill language, said in a statement on Tuesday, "I continue to explore all options to improve the flawed cryptocurrency language in the Senate's bipartisan infrastructure bill, including through the budget reconciliation process or standalone legislation." So obviously this isn't going to end, but the crypto lobby money is not as big as the banking financial money. But here's what I wanted to share for a little perspective of where we're at, because I understand that, a lot of people are saying the old conventional markets, the legacy firms, they don't want this. I tend to disagree. They may have issues with certain aspects of blockchain and crypto, but they want it, and I'm about to prove it to you. JP Morgan Chase pitching in-house Bitcoin fund for its private bank clients and the wealthiest clients, right? And then what do we see here? Bank of America has filed a patent with Ripple right smack dab in the middle of it. We all know about it. Goldman Sachs is jumping into Bitcoin. This is just highlights. Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank to offer crypto fund to its richest clients. PNC, right? Planning to offer crypto with Coinbase. Stay with me now. U.S. Bank, which is U.S. Bank Corp, right? Select cryptocurrency custodian NYDIG for Bitcoin ETF. Watch this. We're not done now. Citigroup is gearing up to trade CME Bitcoin futures, sources say. And then we come to this, and this is Truist Bank, which is not doing anything at the time. And this is what happens to people on the sidelines, right? This is how it goes. Now, if you look at this list that I have here, the top banks in the United States, the list of the biggest banks in the United States, JP Morgan, we just went over it. Bank of America, just touched on it. Wells Fargo, it's in there. Citibank, it's in there too. U.S. Bank Corp, it's in there. And then Truist Financial Bank, which is BB&T, SunTrust Bank, are not offering. PNC Bank, they're offering, and they're a Ripple partner as well. TD Bank, not offering. So 2 out of the 8, 6 of the top biggest banks in the United States of America are in fact planning on jumping in crypto, regardless of whatever's going on with the stall inside of the crypto bill and the U.S. infrastructure bill with crypto and the 19 other pieces of legislation that have been offered to Congress as well that we haven't really heard a lot about either. So that means they're not getting support they need. However this goes, it's all of this to say that if you see the largest banks, 6 of the 8 largest banks in the world already clearly taking some form of a position to move in the use or offering of crypto and blockchain, what do you think's going to happen in Congress? Sometimes it's not about whether it will or it won't. It's about how it'll look after it already is. And I mean to say that this is about verbiage. This isn't about whether it will or it won't. Oh, it's going to. Because at this point, I've shown you enough to know that there is lobby money from crypto in this space pushing to get this done. And the largest banks in the United States are already getting it done. However this goes, I think it's going to get done to where this market can move forward and open up. But it won't be without the banks being able to offer crypto when it happens. And that, I believe, is what takes us to the promised land. That's going to do it for me. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. They are trusted, vetted links of products and services I use each and every day. And don't forget to check out Link2, ladies and gentlemen. They are remarkable. Uphold sold out yesterday. There was a ton of it, and it just went like crazy. And Kraken's still on the board. Ripple went out in seconds. And Link2, don't forget about Link2. They're the ones bringing you all these great products. And the truth is that Link2 will not be having any more stock. So be very careful who you listen to about your facts. Link2 has got all the stock they're ever going to have, just like XRP has got all the coins they're ever going to be. So it's essentially, if you own it, in my eyes, it is exactly like owning land in Manhattan, because I don't see anyone else offering things to as many people as they can and staying in compliance with FINRA and SEC guidelines as they are. That's going to do it for me, everybody. I will catch all of you on the next one.